Again, this is Rabbi Shlomo, first here at Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi, here in Yerushalyim, HaKodesh. Our second shir is in the shir of Mishna Berura. We're temporarily taking a switch over to Hilchos Shabbos to go into some explorations of the permissibility or not of dancing and clapping on Shabbos and also Yom Tov. Let's take again another look at the Siman Shin Lamed Tes Sif Gimel. Yisrael, you want to read for us a bit, read the Mechaber, and then we'll get back into the Mishna Berura?
Mechaber what? Gimel? Ein metavchin lahakos kaf al kaf. We don't clap hand upon the hand.
I'm sorry, is that hand upon hand or?
Yeah, kaf al
palm.
Kaf is a palm, right?
Yeah, one hand, one palm to the next.
Right, specifically the palm.
Yeah, because if you do this, that would be considered the hands onto the. That would be a shinui. That would be a shinui. That would be.
Loy maspikin lahakos kaf al yerech.
You don't clap just to slap the palm upon the thigh.
Which probably was a way of clapping in the time of the Mishna Berura.
Yeah, well, but still, really, clapping on that's a very, you get very.
We do that today.
We do it today?
Sure. In fact, this is a common thing.
Double the noise.
Yeah, right?
Continue, Yisrael.
Loy markidim. Lo maraktim, don't dance.
So why don't you do all these things?
Shema yitzera Shema yitzaken clear shir. Perhaps you're going to come to fix the instrument.
Right.
So clay shear is an instrument?
Kli is a musical instrument. Shir is a song, right? Shir is a kli song, an instrument which sings, which would be a musical instrument.
Got it.
Kli shir.
Afilu lahakos be'etzba al kalpat. Even to hit with the finger al karka on the ground.
Right? Don't make noise by hitting your finger onto the ground while we're on the board.
On board or al achas keneged achas.
The one to the next, they're snapping your fingers, right?
Kederech hamishar.
I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait about 10 minutes. Is that okay?
You want it's too cold?
It's a little bit cold. But we have iron. The barn gave me a coin. Got the next coin lined up. You can be after that.
Go ahead, Yisrael, continue on.
Or achas keneged achas. One opposite of another, right?
Right.
What achas are we referring to?
One finger, we just talked about a finger on the karka or a finger on the luach. So now you're putting one keneged, another finger on the next finger. Like that's the way you snap your finger. One finger on the next.
Kederech hamishar.
That's the way the singers do, right? When they clap and snap their fingers.
Lo lekashkesh be'egos. The tinner.
You take it, some type of like a walnut, and you put it in a
tambourine.
Right? You take a tambourine, right? You want to make a rattle for the child.
Or the sachet boy bazuk.
We don't use a rattle on Shabbos. A baby has baby's rattle. You should not use it on Shabbos.
You shouldn't use the rattle.
According to Mishna Berura.
You probably shouldn't use the rattle even it's not Shabbos.
The child can use the rattle, but you shouldn't use it.
You should be a little bit too old.
No. But if my job is to entertain the child, and I relate to him, you say, "Oh, Grandpa also has a."
All right, I'll
You be more than that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was worried.
Or the sachet boy bazuk. What does that mean?
Not to play with a zoom that's a clapper, like a dog. You have these things which smash upon each other, and that's the stoke to have
So
the
like a
child.
noisemaker on
Yeah,
Torah?
like it's similar. Yeah.
I have a noisemaker on Torah that I bought when I was in Europe. It was a folk thing.
Yeah.
To me, it was a graga. To them, the goyim was some kind of folk instrument 100 years old. So I have a whole collection of different gragas from different parts of the world, and which makes it interesting.
Okay, jetzt bei Isum. Was ist alles Sache bei Besuch? Sache bei Besuch.
You want to quiet the child down by playing with this noisemaker, and he'll be interested in the noise and forget his troubles.
The Yeshiva.
The Yeshiva calls it should be quiet because of this. It's a
Period. The stoke. The stoke. You want the child to quiet down, so you have him forget his troubles by distracting him. You want to distract the child with the noise, and he's going to forget his troubles, and he'll be quiet, right? And calls ukiyotzi boy. Everything, all of this, and everything like it.
Us.
Gezerah.
Shema
Shema.
cliche.
He's kind of a big shear. You might come to fix the musical instrument.
Yeah.
So it's all of these things are rabbinic.
Yes.
And apparently, the fact that people will fix it is a very strong prohibition. But my question is, the average person doesn't know how to change the violin or wires or fix this. He has no yacholas in that area.
Right.
So we're saying, oh, maybe he's going to fix things. But to fix it, you need
That's a good point.
Right.
You have to know.
Okay, so-
you have to know what you're doing.
So we'll be discussing that. But in terms of the gezeras, I mean, we're not always when it comes Rosh Hashanah on Shabbos, we don't blow shofar for the sake of one person may carry a shofar out in Rosh Hashanah.
No,
That's how much we care about the spiritual life of another fellow
it's
Jew.
far-fetched. In other words, millions of Yidden can't hear the shofar on Shabbos, but one person may forget. So it just shows how important the yochad is. One individual who may forget and be over, we want to protect his Shabbos integrity.
Yes.
So that shows how each individual is important.
How important each individual Jew is. Correct. But what Chazal were willing to do, they were willing to suspend the fulfillment of a major mitzvah, not a minor mitzvah, a major mitzvah. Again, it can be done on the next day, but you actually, in fact, we're taking away the mitzvah deraisa. The mitzvah deraisa is the first day. We're completely losing the mitzvah deraisa for the sake of the possibility of one Jew. And we're not talking about that everybody is doing, because usually you don't need, not everyone blows shofar. You have one person out of 100, one person out of 1,000 that was going to blow the shofar. And he's talking about the person who was blowing the shofar is probably where he's supposed to be, if you know anything about those requirements of the person who has to daven from the Yom Morim or blow shofar during Yom Morim. He has to be Yerushalyim.
Qualified.
Yeah, qualified. So this person who's qualified
Won't know that you don't carry things.
he will know, but he'll be so concerned about doing the proper mitzvah properly,
Don't forget.
he'll forget. He'll realize too late that he's in the middle of Rosh Hashanah with a shofar.
So could we conclude from this that the Gedolim and the Sanhedrin and those who made all the different psaks knew human nature, and sometimes you get involved in some kind of situation and you could forget the ikar, the essentials, make a mistake?
Sure.
Okay, so not everybody understands that the Torah has enough flexibility that if something could occur that would be asur, and people could be so enthusiastic and or so involved. The day of the chasana, my daughter is very involved that she could forget something. Possible, I don't know.
People under pressure, they're stressed. Okay.
Yotze kol zek yotze. We already read that, right?
Yes.
The suffix klache, the sapek klache yad mutter. To clap with opposite hand, right?
To do it in a different fashion,
The shino.
the shinui, yeah, then that'll be permissible.
And how do we define what a shino is?
So we'll take care of that one step at a time.
But it's only with the clap of the hand.
Right.
You can't do like this.
Well, that may be permissible. We'll have to see what is actually understood to be kalafia. It could be any of these things. In terms of clapping, the way that we have 3 or 4 different ways of clapping, so we'll see. Let's take a look at the Mishna Berura, okay? Mishna Berura is Sifkat Zion.
Is that part of the Gimel there?
Yeah.
Bein Tapchin, when I clap. Bein, let's see, Bein Ba'evlai, Ba'chamtoi.
So whether it's ba'evlo for a person who's in mourning, then the b'chamasoi, whether he's angry, right?
Ora Hatzar. To arouse?
Right? To literally to arouse his distress,
Stress.
Because of emotions.
emotions.
Bein Machma Simcha, whether it's because of he's happy.
Whether it's for his happy, right?
All of these cases we mentioned now also because you can Zephyr is going to come fix some musical instruments.
Right. So whatever the reason may be that he's clapping, maybe he's clapping because he's in anguish over a loss, or maybe he's in anguish because he's in emotional pain, whether he's joyous. All these things to clap, all these things are forbidden because it's a gezerah. He may come to fix a musical instrument. The order, alvel, all simcha, to arouse, to heighten, right? To heighten his mourning, or to heighten his joy.
Yes.
The Svardim have special sounds that they make for Simcha and also Pamegas. Which in Yeshua we don't have these wind sounds. But that would heighten those kind of sounds.
Right. Okay. Let's continue. So, Sifkat and Kras, A Morakti, would I take over a bit?
Below Barakti, they should not
Dance.
arcade. Uviyom Simchas Torah, and the day of Simchas Torah, Mutar l'rakei, it's permissible to dance. V'sha'a, in the time, she'omdim, Sha'omrim, that they say, Kalusim de Torah. What's Kalusim? Kilusim?
It's like praises and exaltations.
At the time that they're saying praises of the Torah, Mishum Kivod HaTorah, because it's for the honor of the Torah. So we make an exception. Kevan, since delays that there is not Bezeh in this, Ella, there is only in this Mishum Shavus, because of Shvus.
Shvus is another way of saying a prohibition of the Rabbanim, right? Since it's a mitzvah, and the prohibition is a prohibition rabbinical, therefore the mitzvah will supersede the prohibition of the rabbis.
What's the mitzvah?
Simple story, cover story.
Wow, Yishar Simcha Shel Mitzvah, but in the time of a mitzvah of simcha, kagon v'nis'u'im.
Bishar is the tongue. It's
Bishar. Shar is an hour, right?
Yeah.
In the hours.
No, others.
I'm saying
Over
at
here
in the
it's
time.
Bishar. Over here it's others. It's
What?
others. That means
Well,
others.
here, that, in its time, that's with an ayin, right? Bishar,
Oh.
Bishar, some other type, right?
Other simchas of mitzvah. Thank you. Kagon, for example,
Yes, sir.
v'nis'u'im.
This is tonight, Mrs.
Yeah,
Shah.
yeah.
Oh, at a wedding.
Oh, so I'm
Nisu'im.
preparing for the dancing that night.
Yeah.
And if I would tell the young boys who will be very enthusiastic, friends of the husband, and there's a special Mishna Berura that gives them permission, they probably know it, right?
No. Next sentence. Afilu hachi asur.
Nevertheless,
Even here, it's forbidden.
Right, so yeah.
But who gets married on Shabbos? Or Yom Tov?
no, look, maybe a Shavuot Brothers. Maybe have a Shavuot Brothers on Shabbos night.
Oh, you mean you have a
Shabbos
Shabbos bracha on Shabbos?
It's still Sibbis Nisuim. And in theory, to tell you the truth, in theory, you could get married on Shabbos. Because there actually was, they would make chasanas on Erev Shabbos,
Friday night?
and they would be, because of kinyanim, because of the actual, they would do those things before Shkia, and they would continue the Suda on into Shabbos night, because everyone would bring their own food for Shabbos food, there are people preparing Shabbos food anyway, right? So to reduce the costs of the marriage, right? People would bring, they come in, they would be, instead of going there to get food, they would bring their own food, right? And, because they have all the Shabbos food prepared.
So they don't use caterers then?
No.
Okay, so we're saying caterers are now our modern, sorry? I don't know what we're going to call caterers. But sometimes the caterers run the chasana.
You gotta do them catering.
Gam lichvod haTorah, also in honor of the Torah, ein kedai, it's not proper, lehatir, to permit, ella, except, tipuach, v'rikud, something in dancing, tipuach.
Tipui is, I think that's like banging. That's like banging.
Like clapping.
Well, the Gemara, the Mishnah, the Mechaber uses a different one. The Safik is as opposed to what? Below the kashkish. He goes further, right?
Below
Okay, kashkish.
kush, b'fa'amonim, v'zagim. Wow, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you can clap and you can dance, but you're not to use
bells.
rings and bells and clappers, not because those are the instruments of making noise. Not to use any noise makers.
Okay, so we're back to talking about Simchas Torah.
This is no Simchas. This is Simchas Nesum, right? Again, it says like
It
this.
says Gam lichvod haTorah, that's still in the Nesua?
Okay, correct. Gam a lot covered the Torah. This is Simchas Torah, right? Even on Simchas Torah, it's only permissible to do these clappings and these dancings without using any clappers or musical rings, bells or anything like that.
The Chosher came, in any case, Sha'ar, other clay shear, musical instruments, Da'asr, that are forbidden.
Right. Okay, so now this is all up until now. This is the shita of the Mechaber, right? Which basically the Svardim are obligated to follow. So there's no opportunity to clap or dance except if it happens to be a Simcha shel mitzvah such as Simchas Torah, or perhaps, as the Mishna Berura mentions, about a Simcha shel mitzvah of Nesum. So as you see here, this is a Simcha Shabbos Kochach, is a very very authoritative, very well accepted sefer on Hilchos Shabbos. Here it says here in Mem Gimel, I just want to read the
Mem
Gimel.
Ein l'rakud, you can't dance. Aval yesh l'hakel b'zeh b'simcha shel mitzvah. So you can't dance, but there is I don't know what hakel is. To be lenient in this for a mitzvah of simcha, for like a chasana.
Okay, so that's basically the dry halakha.
So in other words, you can dance at a chasana on Shabbos.
If you happen to be at a chasana on Shabbos, which is not so likely. But,
Right.
Now, we'll see here, if you notice, I'm going to get to the Rambam in a moment. It says here, this is a quote of the opinion of Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Auerbach Zitzal. It says, "Masha noigin hayom l'rikud b'siyum shel simcha." The type when you have at the end of a simcha. A lot of times, yeah. So you get up and they dance, right? You get up and dance, right? Many people do that at the end of a Jewish occasion. Ein ze rikud da'asur. That's not the dancing which is forbidden. Sorry, ein oisin. There's no special dance that you're doing. You're simply just holding hands, walking around, shuffling. It's just schlepzach around in a circle. Right? You're not doing. That's not dancing. That was awesome, right?
No, but there are the younger generation. They have specific steps.
So if they have this, they're going to break out whatever they have. They have always got.
They have two lines that go like this, and you go back.
Oh, so if that.
What?
So that's not dancing.
To me, it's a form of dancing.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're just going back and forth. Just
I mean,
walking.
but they do certain things in it. There's a whole arrangement.
It's quite complicated.
Okay, you're talking about two different things.
Oh, okay.
So generally at a chasana, what happens is everybody gets up and they go around in a circle. That's the first thing you talked about. That's not dancing.
That's not dancing.
Then what happens is they'll bring in a chair and the chassan will sit down, and then people will do different things to entertain. And one of the things that they'll do is they'll form two lines, and they'll come in and they'll go and they'll come out, in, out, in, out, and then people will run back and forth through that. That's not dancing.
That's not dancing.
Then sometimes what happens is after a whole lot of time, like half an hour, people start getting tired. The older people kind of start pulling out, they're sweating, whatever, and the younger people, the teenagers and young 20s, they will come in and they will do dancing, momish dancing, where they're have certain steps where they two to the left, two to the right.
Each one is trying to impress how qualified and how wonderful dancing.
Right, some of them are very, very qualified. That's dancing.
Because why? Because for that dancing to be successful, you need a rhythm, you need a tempo behind you to keep things moving. And it's very hard to dance without some type of music behind you.
That will be a stronger beat also.
Oh, yeah, very much stronger
They'll play
beat.
momish dance.
That's right, you're right. There'll be
So
a vast
about
amount of
Shabbos, all these activities are referred to as on Shabbos. During the week, there's no
Right. Tonight you're fine.
Yeah, but I'm not a big dancer.
He was starting to sweat.
Thank you. I appreciate your getting me out of trouble.
We do the non-dancing dancing every Marv.
Yeah,
Every Mariv you do that. Really?
So you mentioned like the card block minyanim. So they again they hold hands, they go around. Maybe you'll see a person pick up his feet a little bit with put a little twist on it and something like that.
But sometimes when they walk around, they'll like kick on the third beat. They'll like kick their leg up.
Right.
Is that dancing? Is that
that's like borderline. That's borderline.
Right.
Borderline. Right.
Which I do because I'm lazy. So now I guess I have a good reason not to kick up my feet. Like the young people, they're very much into it. Every 3 steps they
You got to pick up your feet.
Yeah. Oh, this is shadow, so okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm a foot.
So with these type of things, so that's by dancing, right? Now by clapping, We haven't really, clapping is not gonna be, up until this point, right? We're gonna have to see,
With Shino, you were saying something.
Shino is quite okay.
No, it's not cuff to cuff, you can't have palm to palm. Okay, so that's just simple directions in my opinion.
Tomorrow we'll see the Ramah. The Ramah is gonna bring out several leniencies in this whole, topic. We'll see from the Ramah that there is, large, areas where there are leniencies that could be applied. Whether they should be applied is another question. We'll maybe get to the tshuva of Moshe, not tomorrow, maybe the next week that'll be Yom Rishon.
I'm guessing about Moshe per minute.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, we'll keep it.